All right, so I'm going to throw this out, Chris. I heard 2 days ago from an executive I trust, there are rumors about Luke Walton being in trouble. Buy it, don't buy it.
I do buy it. I spoke with an executive yesterday who told me the same thing. There's a feeling that if this thing continues to spiral south, Magic can get emotional, and that could lead to Luke being in trouble. Now, the thing, of course, is that Jeannie Buss, the owner, is solidly in Luke's corner. So I believe Luke will make it through this season. But is he the coach next year? I would bet against it.
How do you feel? I mean, LeBron can be restless. David Blatt got canned, and they were in first place in the East. What's the LeBron impact on Luke? The relationship, the feeling behind the scenes?
Well, LeBron is totally about, can I win a championship with this guy? That's it. Like, it's not, can we be good? Because I think they should feel like, hey, we could get to the Western Conference Finals if we avoid Golden State in the earlier rounds.
Yeah.
But that's not, LeBron's not satisfied with that. So if he doesn't feel like the coach or the players are championship caliber, that's when he's going to get restless, as you said. Now, I don't know that he doesn't like Luke or anything like that. So I'm not, I don't know how LeBron feels about Luke. I think Luke should be safe. Like, at least for now.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's a coach going forward next season, that remains to be seen. But I don't think he should be in trouble. They don't have LeBron. They don't have Rajon Rondo. And what I put this losing streak, and they've really blown it without LeBron. Because even without those guys, you should beat Cleveland. You should beat New York at home. Okay, so they've blown it, but I put that more on the players than Luke. There are times you look at the coach and you say, oh, it's him. I'm looking at Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram, and I'm wondering why they can't bring fire and intensity every night. When you are on the team in any sport, and you played sports in high school, when your star is hurt, you don't want him to be hurt. But when he's hurt, you feel like, hey, more shots for me. This is my turn. I can handle the ball now. This is my turn to shine, and I just don't see it in those guys. I think Kuzma and Hart have heart. They bring intensity. Sometimes they're just not good, but I like their approach every night. Ingram and Lonzo, I don't see leadership and I don't see intensity.
If you're going to talk promoted and demoted, I think the most substantial thing that's happened to the Lakers this year is Kuzma has separated from Brandon Ingram.
No
and that
question.
The Lakers, I've been told, have made a decision that Ingram's simply not great at anything, where they think Kuzma is becoming very good at several things. That, to me, has been the story this year, is that Kuzma and Ingram went in and Kuzma's separated.
I agree. And what this season, one thing it was about was seeing who LeBron has around him. And I thought this stretch, if LeBron had to be hurt, this was the best stretch for it to happen because you had a lot of winnable games. And now you found out what you have outside of LeBron, which is very little. So there was this narrative growing like, man, we certainly want Anthony Davis, but do we want to part with Kuzma? Like, if it's going to cost us Kuz? And again, I like Kuz, but you know what? Yeah, if I have to give him up, I'm going to try to keep him. But if giving him up is necessary for me to get Anthony Davis, then so be it. All these guys can go. Now you see these guys are okay. Now, LeBron and them are still good enough. I'm looking at the West. Denver doesn't scare me. Houston doesn't scare me. Portland doesn't scare me. The Clippers, like, outside of Golden State, if you get the right matchups in the playoffs, the Lakers should be thinking, hey, that's what we're shooting for. And then who knows, maybe an injury at the Golden State or whatever.
I want to throw – there is this presumption that, like, Anthony Davis will be a Laker. But let me just throw this out there. Kawhi Leonard, I believe, is coming west, and Jimmy Butler in Philadelphia, there already is rattling going on. Jimmy Butler's in L.A. constantly.
Right. Well, the Clippers don't have that much interest in Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
Just because his attitude issues they're the same thing in Philadelphia.
Chicago, Minnesota, Philly.
And haven't won any of the places. Now, I will say they're playing well with Butler and Philly. They are winning. But I'm told that he is driving some people batty.
In Philly.
Yeah, just because of the same things as it was in the other two places. So there are some around the league that believe the Sixers may trade him before the deadline.
Wow.
Now, again, they're winning with him, so I don't know that they'll do it. But here's the thing. If they don't want that attitude, you don't want that attitude around your young stars, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. There's always a little tension between them just because both of them want to be the man. And do you want to give 5 years to a guy that's already, 30 years old, that has a bad attitude, and have him be the example for your other guys? He's got a bad attitude, and he's going to be a free agent. So what's he going to be like?
When you pay him.
Right. And so if you're not going to keep him, and I'm not saying it's definite they won't, but this is scuttlebutt around the league. If they're not going to keep him, then you might want to trade him before the deadline and try to get something for him. So there's that. I do think Kawhi Leonard's coming to the Clippers.
Yeah, I've been told that.
Anthony Davis, the Lakers, obviously they're one of the front runners, but Boston is going to have a ton to offer, as we all know. And if I'm Boston, I'm using my young pieces to get Anthony Davis and build around Kyrie and Anthony Davis. Now, the Knicks. Don't rule out the Knicks, I'm telling you. People are looking at New York just as it'd be a great place to be. If you can go there and win, it's good for you. And Anthony Davis is 25. If he goes to New York, the pressure's not going to be win right away. You will have time to grow with Porzingis, with that coaching staff, Dave Fizdale, and add some pieces. And maybe by the time he's 27 or 28, you'll be ready to try to win a championship.
By the way, what do you make of this nonsense that James Harden's the best offensive player of all time? I just read the Wall Street Journal, and Daryl Morey's tweeting me and all this nonsense. What do you make about the guy who travels all the time?
I love James Harden.
I like his game, too.
You know what I really like about him is that he reminds us that basketball is a game of skill. Larry Bird was not athletic compared to NBA players.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson wasn't wildly athletic, but they were the best players in the world at that time. Post Michael Jordan, everybody began feeling like you had to be this super freak athlete to be the best player in the world. That's not how basketball has typically worked. And Harden shows us that, man, if you have skills, Steph Curry shows us too. If you have skills, then you can excel in this game. So I love that about him. But no. Best player, his usage rate is through the roof.
Yeah, he's got the ball in his hands the whole game.
Right.
And by the way, when Chris Paul, is everybody acknowledging now, when Chris Paul gets back, big minutes, the usage rate goes down, he's not scoring 50.
No. And that's going to be interesting. I was talking to a scout yesterday, and he was wondering how that was going to work. First of all, Chris Paul was not playing all that well before he got hurt. 15 points a game, shooting percentage down, which is unusual for him. Is he going to, he's going to obviously play a lot when Harden's on the bench. But when he's playing with Harden, that's going to be – because right now, it is all James Harden.
Well, again, his usage rate is – he has the ball the whole possession.
It's unbelievable. Let me say something about the usage rate.
10 seconds.
I'll skip it. But Harden, no, not the best in the world. You got to do it.
He is your MVP right now.
Yes, no question.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.